Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to Android Study Jams. I hope to. I'm happy that many of you have joined now. So this session will be. I'll convey the basic information about what we are going to do in this session, like what Android Study Jam programs it, what we are going to learn, and how further sessions would be conducted. So starting with what are Android study jams. So Android study jams are basically community organized study groups for people to do hands-on learning for Android app development. So this is basically a series of sessions focused specifically on learning how to build Android apps without any prior Android experience. So even if you have never touched Android development or you are just a beginner, this is the best place to start your Android development journey. So what are the prerequisites for it? Well, there are basically only two prerequisites, that is basic computer literacy and basic math skill. That's all you need to start your journey. So equipments needed for it, obviously this is an Android development, so you will need a computer or a laptop, a good internet connection, and an Android device if it is optional. If you don't have an Android device, then you can also use the emulator, that is the virtual device that is provided by the Android Studio itself. And last one, that is the development platform that we use for developing the Android apps, that is Android Studio. So yeah, I'll prefer that you use Android device, use USB debugging, like you use your own Android device for running applications. If you have less RAM, like 8 GB, or like if you have 4 GB or 8 GB RAM, then I'll prefer that use this USB debugging instead of emulator. But if you have a good computer, you have good specs, then you can go with emulator as well. Also, note that in the future sessions, which will be hands-on, uh, definitely remember to download the Android Studio because it takes time to install and it also takes time to set up something. So yeah, so remember to download Android Studio before the further sessions. So how do you start? So I know most of you have already registered on the form, then you have created the developer profile. But if you haven't, it is mandatory to create developer profile because we won't be able to track your progress if you don't do so. So to start, you have to go on to this link and you have to create a developer profile. All the links will be provided to you in the groups and the chat sections. So yeah, so you have to create the developer profile. Why do you need to create a profile? Because you have to collect 16 batches. That's how you are going to track your progress. And it is also you would also be able to showcase your achievements and share your achievements on various social platforms. So next is how to proceed. As I said, download Android Studio. So these would be links, and this would be given to you later on as well. And then just start the Android Basics course. That is the Android Basics course in Kotlin. So this course is divided into 6 units. You can start with unit 1 and you can progress slowly. This is the you can start from beginning and go towards the advanced levels. So so you have to complete this course, and at the end of course you will get the certification. So talking about why to learn Android development. So why are you even learning Android development, right? So let's talk about mobile ecosystem, that is industry trends in India and in global market of Android. So as we know, like in the COVID period, like uh, most of the things that we do are have shifted on the online, have undergone digital transformation, like a huge digital transformation, and it had a major impact on mobile ecosystem as well. So it has been expected that smartphone users in India are expected to reach over 760 million by the end of 2021. So till the end of December, this number is expected to be 760 million. And as we all know, India is a mobile first market. Most of the users in India prefer mobile apps over sites like offline apps, especially to do anything on it is easier and it is effective to use mobile apps rather than site. Next is what is importance of mobile app development. We all know it is if a company needs an effective and efficient way to reach users, then it is mobile app development. Like it is mobile app. To engage with customers everywhere, you develop mobile apps, and it is also important to increase your visibility. So companies tend to most of the app have more visibility, and customers used to use app most rather than site if they have the option to use it. Next is Android vibrant ecosystem. As I said, there are total 2.5 billion Android active Android users, 2 plus billion Play Store users, that is Android Play, and there have been about 116 plus billion downloads over just a period of 1 year. And as it is a open source platform, so developers can keep creating new stuff, and it is always exciting, and they bring a good experience to all the users in the world across the world. So talking about what is Kotlin. So if you are familiar with Android development, then you might know that Android development used to be done in Java before. It is still done in Java. Many companies or many users still, many developers still use Java as their development language. But why you should shift towards Kotlin, or if you haven't learned, why you should learn Kotlin as your base language. So Kotlin is expressive, statically typed language for development on Android and server side as well. It was introduced in 2010 by JetBrains, the team behind IntelliJ, and that is the Android, the one who developed the Android Studio and everything. It is free, open source, and has been used by over 5.8 million developers across the world. So this is the new phase of Android development, and this is what Google is also pushing nowadays. So Kotlin in 2021, these are the statistics of Kotlin. So top 1000 apps on Play Store, 70% of them use Kotlin as their development language, and 60% of professional Android developers use Kotlin as their development language. What are the benefits of Kotlin? Well, it requires 30% less code compared to Java. So if you are a Java developer, then you might know, if you have worked with Java, and you might know about data classes that we use to uh, uh, the generic class that we use for reading the data from APIs and everything. The amount of code that is needed to write it in Kotlin, it is very less. We don't need to write getter or setters. So the amount of code is reduced by a drastic amount. Second is safer code. The two major benefits of Kotlin are null safety and coroutines. We would be talking about more about them in the upcoming sessions, so don't worry if you don't know anything about it. So it is safer code. It has full compatibility with Java. It is smarter and safe to compile, and it has a strong community. So there are many resources for Kotlin, and community is also strong. If you ever get stuck, then there are Slack channels. There are many communities to help you with Kotlin. Now let's talk about the famous app that we all know, that is Flipkart. They use Kotlin as their language. So after adoption of Kotlin, their developers, like the company said that their developers are more productive, and there is now less code to maintain. It took 20% less time after adapting Kotlin, and due to fewer null pointer exceptions. And as compared to Java programming language, saving time spent on code, like time was saved spent on the code reviews and maintenance. So 30% less code and 20% less time. This is the stats that Flipkart gave after adoption of Kotlin in their development process. And as we all know, Google is the one pushing the Kotlin, so it is obvious that they are the ones using it in their all of their apps. So all 60 apps and counting, or whatever Google apps you use, all are based on Kotlin, and all use Kotlin as their development language. So talking about what you will be learning in this course or in this Android studies. So Android Basics course that I introduced earlier, it is divided into 16 pathways, 6 units and 16 pathways. So I'll give a short introduction about each pathway here. So first pathway is about introduction to Kotlin. You will learn about the basic data types, the syntax of Kotlin and all those things. This is a first pathway, and you would get to learn about Kotlin here. Second is you create your first Android app. It would be a simple hello world app, just a simple screen and text over there. Third would be like building a basic layout in your Android app. You would build a happy birthday app, and in this you would learn how to positioning of the text and images and everything like this. So you would be learning about layout. Fourth would be adding a button to an app, clickables. So you would learn about some OOP concepts, your object oriented programming, classes, objects, and all those things. Next would be get user input. So you would be in this fifth pathway, you would be learning about how to take user input and process it and then displays information according to it. So in this, you would be developing a tip calculator app. So you would receive the user input from user. You would receive how much is the bill, and you would, and depending on that, you would be given output like how much tip you should give, like 20% or whatever filters you choose according to that. In the second part of get user input, you would learn how to change the app theme, that is dark mode and light mode, and you would also learn how to set app icon, the icon that we all see, well, that is that is displayed on the home screen. And in seventh pathway, you will learn how to display scrollable list. Now we all know that these base, like most of the apps use, have a lot of data, and these data are mostly represented in like a horizontal rows or vertical rows, and a lot of information, like a list of information, is displayed. So you would learn how to display these list. You would learn how to display text and images in this app. Eighth would be navigating between screens. So here you would learn how to develop a multi-screen apps and navigate between them according to user input. Introduction to navigation component. So in this eighth pathway, you would learn how to create new screens and navigate between them. And in ninth, you would learn how to use the navigation library that is provided by the Android itself, and how easier it is to make the process of navigation. From 10th pathway onwards, you will be entering the advanced concepts of Android development. So you would be learning about architecture. So you would not only learn about developing an app, but you would also learn how to write a clean code, how to keep a separation of concerns, and how to build a good app with good architecture and everything. In the so that would be the architecture components. In 11th, again there would be some advanced navigation examples based on the architecture components. So you would develop more advanced app based on architecture. 12th would be core routines. This would be taught to you in the coming session, so I won't be going deeper into it, but it is basically about background threads and everything if you want to know. We would be taking this as a main, like this is one of the main feature of Kotlin, so we will be teaching this in more detail. 13th would be get and display data from the internet. Now most of the apps we use, you know that it is like there are some apps that you can use offline, there is no data coming from internet, but most of the apps have data coming from internet. So you will learn how to get data over from APIs and how to display it on the app, how to use HTTP, like REST APIs, how to query REST APIs, and how to take information, display it in the app. So this is what you would be learning, get and display data from the internet. You would be basically building an app that you would use NASA's API. It would show the images from Mars, and you would be developing a gallery like app. It would show Mars images. In 14th and 15th combined, you would learn how to write SQL queries and how to store the data that you are getting from remote repositories like API and everything, and how to store it locally. So it never happens that if consider that you're using a to-do notes app, and if you have created an note and the next time you open the app, that note has vanished. So you have to store that information somewhere in the app. So that's where room data enters. So you can store the data, whatever user, like if you want to store data like from the remote servers or like to-do list app, so you have to store that somewhere, and you would be using room data for that. You would be using SQL queries to store data in it. So these two combined would be basically about local data storage. And 16 and the last pathway would be about background task, that is work manager. So whenever there are some things that there are some work, like there are some functions you want to run after even if the app closes, like maybe it's something like keeping a track of how much the date, like alarm clocks, uh, you have to keep like the process of timing and everything. Even if the app is closed, you don't keep your app open every time you have set an alarm. So these things work in background, and work manager is used for that. On completing each and every pathway, you would get badges like this, as shown in the right column here. You would get badges like this, and there are total 16 badges to earn. So After completion of 16 batches, you would get the certificate from Android Tech. So this is what your journey would look like. 6 units, as I said, 16 pathways. Uh, at the end of each pathway, there is a quiz, and so like there would be 16 quizzes, and on completing the quiz, you would get badge. So 6 per unit, 16 pathways, 16 quizzes, and 16 badges, and you would get a like a decorated developer profile. You would have completed all batches. Coming to the point of quizzes, quizzes have a unlimited number of attempts, so even if you don't get it wrong, you can again reattempt it, but you have to score at least 70% to earn a badge. After this, after completing the whole course, you will be coming to developing and submitting an app. So in Android Study Champs, there is a criteria that we have to submit one app from our college. So one app per college we have to submit, like in this session. So these are the three problem statements for it. This we would be giving more information about it at the end, at the last session of study jams. But here are the problem statements. So you can build a college or university app, like a attendance recording app and university transportation, etc. You can build a community apps for resources and discussion forums, or maybe that kind of way, or you can build private or individual solution apps. So any app that, so basically these three problem statement cover almost all kind of apps, so you can build anything if you want. And I would suggest that you start brainstorming about the app ideas as you progress through the course, so you can also start the development process as well. Deadline for app submission is 10 January. So, and deadline for completing course is also 10 January. So you have to complete the course and build an app before 10 January. As I said, units. So there are 6 units: Kotlin basics, layouts, navigation, connecting to the internet, data persistent, that is local data storage, and the last one is work manager. Each unit has some pathways in it, so like 4, 3, and that kind of way. Each pathway has it would start with some video. It might start with some video. There is option like it might be there in some pathways or it might not be there in others. And each pathway contains a code lab. So code labs are basically they are divided into steps. So you have to, so they literally teach you how to develop an app in step by step way. And so those are the code labs. And at the end of each pathway, there is a quiz. So you have to complete quiz. As I said, you need to score at least 70% to earn the badge. And after you gave a quiz and you score more than 70%, you would earn badges. So that is how the process would be: units, pathway, quiz, and earn badges. So opportunities from the Android Study Jams. Um, you would be getting to learn basics of building Android apps with Android, like you would basics of building Android apps with Android basics in Kotlin course. You would be getting an opportunity to solve real world problems by developing a collection of simple apps. And yeah, you would also build a number of apps, so it would be you can deploy them on GitHub as well. And you would get the guidance of optimizing the app and deploying it on Google Play Store. So we would be also conducting a session on how to deploy the app on Play Store. So that would be as well. And fourth one is opportunity to certify yourself and start your journey as an Android developer. But again, as your perks, as I said, learn Android and Kotlin concepts on basic. Earn cool badges every time you complete a pathway. You would get certificate of completion once you complete all batches, like all 16 pathways should be completed, then only you would be getting certificate of completion. And there's one more thing that is provided by Google, that is reimbursement of 80% for associate Android developer certification. So this is the certification provided by Google. It is for Android development and it is well recognized in the industry as well. So you would be getting 80% of refund on it, uh, on that certificate. But this is only for those participants who complete all the 16 pathways. So this is what we are getting from Google. And as I said, you would get the opportunity to develop real world applications in a team. And these app that we are submitting to the Google, Google holds the right to feature it on their social handles. So they might feature our app on their social handles, so it would be featured by Google itself. And again, as I said, you have to complete the course and on all 16 batches before 10 January. to be eligible for private. As one more thing, as we said that as we have already announced that we have collaborated with three more colleges, that is Triple IT Allahabad, Bharati Vidyapit of Navi Mumbai, and Gandhi Institute, that is from Andhra Pradesh. So we have developed the community, Discord community for it, and you can join the community, and all the students from all colleges will be there, and you can interact with them, and all queries discussion, like all queries or discussion announcements would be posted on Discord. So it is mandatory to join Discord server as well. So as I said, yeah, get updates about the campaign, study groups dedicated to Android development, and get your question answered. So thank you for attending the session. I hope to see you all as Android developers at the end of session. If you have any questions, you can ask right now. Before that, I'll be explaining about, I'll be saying few things. If you haven't already filled the form, please fill it. Registration forms are put on in the chat box. If you haven't already filled the form, please register for it, because you have to register for it, because we won't be able to track you if you don't give us your developer profile link. So it is mandatory to register. And yeah, coming up talking about next session, so we would be conducting one session per weekend. So like Saturday Sunday there would be two sessions on every weekend. So next coming session would be on 11th and 12th. We would be conducting unit 1, unit 2, and unit 3 together. It is a collaborative session, so speakers will be from other colleges as well, and we request you to go through the course and complete at least unit 1 before attending that session. It would be a hands-on session, and we would be teaching you about the concepts taught in that or taught in those units. So yeah, and at the end of at the very end, after completing all unit sessions, you would be conducting a session on deployment of app on Play Store. So you would also get the knowledge of how to deploy an app on Play Store. Okay, so that's it from my side. If you have any questions, you can ask right now.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
very sorry to say, but me and a few people joined late. So would it be possible for you to repeat the first few slides again?
Okay, 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 fine. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, actually, I'll again go through the whole content in the short. So, okay, so once again, I'll demonstrate, tell you about what is Android Study Jams. So yeah, as I said, Android Study Jams are community organized study groups for people to do hands-on learning for Android app development. So you would be, this is basically a study group. You would all be learning together uh, to learn Android development over here. And there is a course provided to you to go through. So it is a beginner oriented course. So you would be taken from very basics. Even if you have no experience at all, you would be taken from basics to at the very advanced level. So you would be becoming a pretty good Android developer at the end of this course. So prerequisites are basic computer literacy and basic math skills. Equipment needed is computer, internet connection, and your Android device, either emulator or the Android device that you actually use, your phone. And yeah, the most major one is Android Studio, because that is the development platform. How do you start? You have already started by, if you have registered the form, by creating the developer profile. And yeah, so you have to create the developer profile, and you have to give the link of it in the registration form. So that's how we would be tracking your progress. How to proceed? Again, you have to download Android Studio. So we would be providing links and everything on Discord itself, so do join our Discord server. So after that, you have to start the Android basics course. This course link is also given in the chat section. So again, why Android development? So as I said, the mobile ecosystem industry trends. We have gone huge digital transformation due to COVID, and the number the smartphone users in India are expected to reach over 760 million by the end of this year. So, and India is also first mobile first market. So people tend to use apps more than websites. Importance of mobile app development. If a company needs an efficient and effective way to reach users and to engage with customers everywhere and to increase their visibility, mobile apps are the best way to go. So that's why importance of mobile app development is mobile apps is more in the market. Android is also a vibrant ecosystem. The stats speak for itself. 2.5 billion active Android users, 2 plus billion active monthly Play Store users, Play account, and 116 plus downloads over the course of 1 year. And also, this is a open source platform, so developers keep creating amazing things, and they keep creating more libraries and more things in this on this platform. Now coming towards Kotlin, why you should use Kotlin, or like why if you are coming from Java background, like if you know Java Android development, so why you should switch to Kotlin, or if you haven't, or if you are just a beginner, why should learn Kotlin as your first language for Android development. So it is an expressive, statically typed language for development in Android and server. It was introduced in 2010 by JetBrains, the team behind IntelliJ. It is free, open source, and has been used by over 5.8 million developers around the world. Yeah, it is more. It come like 1,000 apps on Play Store comprise of 70% of them comprise of Kotlin code, and 60% professional Android developers use Kotlin. Kotlin benefits are 30% less code compared to Java, safer code, full compatibility with Java. It is smarter and safer to compile, and it has a strong community. You would, if you have any doubts, if you get any error in Kotlin, there are always what we say solutions available on Stack Overflow or the Kotlin forums. Flipkart uses Kotlin, and after adoption of Kotlin, they said that it takes 20% less time and 30% less code to build the application. As I said, Google is pushing Kotlin, so this is the language of Android development in the future. So Google uses it across all of their apps, so 60 apps and counting. Google uses Kotlin in all of their apps as their development language. So what you would be learning? So this is the main part. So introduction to the course is divided into 16 pathways. So each pathway I'll be telling shortly about it. Introduction to Kotlin, creating your first app. So introduction to Kotlin, it would be basic data types, syntax, and all that would be taught in this. Create your first Android app. This would be just a hello world app, basic, just one screen. Building a basic layout. You would be learning how to build a basic layout, like arranging the text on the corners of the screen, or like how to arrange these images like on top of another. So that would be also content here. Adding a button on the app, so clickables. Next would be getting user input and processing information and displaying it according to that. This would be taught in the user input part 1. In user input part 2, you would be learning about changing app themes and changing app icons. So yeah, and in 7th you would be learning about displaying like much more data, like in the form of list or scrollable list, horizontal or vertical. And yeah, in this you would learn how to display a list of text and images in an app. 8 would be navigating between screens. So it would be basically multi-screen app. You would be learning how to navigate, develop new screens and navigate between them. In 9th, you would be learning the same navigation but using navigation libraries provided by Android itself. So this is much more easier way to manage navigation within your app. From 10th pathway onwards, you would be learning advanced concepts of Android development, that is architecture components. So you would be learning like how to uh, maintain your UI and maintain your data even when the app goes UI changes, or whenever it goes in background or something like that. So you would be learning that in architecture components as well. Advanced navigation examples. You would be developing one more app with the newly learned architecture components and the navigation component library. So this would be an advanced app to 9th pathway. 12th would be coroutines. This is one of the main feature of Kotlin. We would be taking this in a deep session, like we would be going in details about coroutine in our session. 13th would be getting and displaying data from over the internet. So in this you would learn how to develop an app and like getting the data from NASA's API. It would contain Mars images of Mars and displaying it in the form of gallery in your app. So making request to API and displaying data, that is what you would be learning in this pathway. 14th and 15th combined, you would be learning how to store that data whatever you're getting from internet and how to store it locally so your app also works offline, not only in online mode. And 16 and the last one would be work manager, how to run apps in the background, how to run processes in the background even when your app is closed. So that is what you will be taught in work manager. So these are the 16 pathways, and for each pathway you would be getting badges like this, and these are the batches that we would be tracking on your profile. So this is what your journey will look like: 6 units, 16 pathways, and at the end of each pathway you would having a quiz. So after completing quiz you would get the badge. For quiz criteria for completing the quiz is like you have to at least uh, you have unlimited number of attempts, but you have to pass the quiz by answering more than 70% of questions. Then only you would get badge for it. And at the end you would if you collect all 16 badges you would get a decorated developer profile. Your profile, you would have completed the course, and your profile would also would also have all the badges required. After this, after completing course, you have to this means there we have to submit one app per college. So we have to submit one app from our college. You could either work in teams. It is prefer that you work in teams. You would also get the experience of working in team and developing apps. So yeah, you have to develop some apps. These are the three problem statements. So these three basically cover almost all the problem ideas that you could come up with. We would be taking more in detail section on this at the end of all sessions, like at the end of all study jam sessions. So yeah, you have to develop an app and you have to submit it before 10 January. As I said, units, 6 units. Each unit contains some pathways, and in each pathway would be starting with either with video or just directly with CodeLab. So in videos you would be taught about the basics, like it would be basics of, so like in here this is the first pathway. So in here you would be taught about the Android basics in Kotlin and building your first app. And there are code labs. So these code labs take you step by step through all the progress of your through all the steps you have to do to develop that. uh, After completing all the required steps over here, the last step would be taking a quiz. And after completing a quiz, as I said, you have to pass it by 70% or more marks, and then you would earn a badge. So there are 16 badges for each pathway, and there are total like six units those opportunities for from ASG. So what you will be getting from and these study jams. So you would get the basics of building Android apps with Android Basics in Kotlin course. The course, that is the name of the course, Android Basics in Kotlin. You would also get a chance to solve a real world problem by developing a collection of simple apps. So you could even you would have a, what we say, few apps on your hands. So always you would have experience of building apps, and you could also deploy them on GitHub. You would also get the guidance on optimizing and deploying the apps on Google Play Store. So we would be conducting a session specifically on this, how to deploy your app on Play Store. And you would also get the opportunity to certify yourself and start your journey as an Android developer. So yeah, the perks you are getting, you are getting to learn Android development in Kotlin. You are getting the chance to earn cool badges every time you complete a pathway. You would be getting a certification of completion once you complete all 16 badges. So basically after completing the whole course, and you are getting your reimbursement of 80% on associate Android developer or Android associate developer certification. Uh, so this is a pretty good certification that is well recognized by the Google. It is by Google and it is well recognized in the industry. So if you get this certification, you can start your professional Android development journey, and you would be getting 80% refund on this certificate. This is provided by Google. And again, as I said, you would get a chance to develop real world applications in team. And you would also the app that we are going to submit to Google, uh, they might feature it, they might feature, you might get a chance to be get featured by Google on their social handles. So they would be featuring the apps on their social handles. Yeah, and as I said, your deadline is January 10th. So to be eligible for all these things, you have to complete the course and submit that before January 10th. Yeah, as we have announced earlier already, like we have collaborated with Triple IT Allahabad, uh, BVCO, like Bharati Vidyapit from Navi Mumbai, and Gandhi Institute of Andhra Pradesh. So we have collaborated with these three colleges for this Android study jams, and we have created a Discord community over there. So students from all these four colleges would be there, and they would be whatever queries you have, you can ask them on Discord. All discussions and updates and announcements would be also posted on Discord as well, and you will also get a chance to interact with those people and work with them as well. Again, I'm pressing on the point that if you haven't registered, please register, because we won't be able to track you if you haven't registered it.
About the quizzes, can we, like, if we don't get 70%, can we like retake those quizzes?
Oh yeah, okay. There are unlimited number of attempts, so you can reattempt it anytime you want. But you just have to course 70%. That is the only criteria. You can reattempt it any number of times. There is no issue with that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else? Okay,
No,
just
I
yeah.
had one doubt. So basically, what would you recommend? Like, should we complete the units before the Sunday Saturday session, or like after learning them in the lecture, then we can do the units?
Okay, about that. Uh, okay, so as I said, okay, I'll be just showing the course as well. So this is the course, and okay, I'll just show something about it. So this is actually a self-study course. So this like almost everything is given in this course. We as the facilitators, we have only have to guide you. We are not meant to actually like teach you everything, but we are going to take sessions on concept based on this based in this pathways. So if you take this, for example, this lab. So as you can see, you can just like they literally tell you everything that you have to do, what you will be learning, what you will be building, and like you run your first program, where to go, how to run your program, how to set up, how to set up Android Studio, that is given in first two videos over there. So literally everything is there. They have actually also given how to run the app. So, yeah. So modifying your program. So basically what I'm saying, that this is a self-paced course and everything is actually given in this. So it is actually better that if you already complete the course, in the coming session, that is on 11th, we would be taking like conducting session on unit 1, and on Sunday, that is 12, we would be conducting session on unit 2 and unit 3. We are actually going to, it is a hands-on session, but we are only going to show you the concept on, we are going to teach you the concept in the hands-on, and we actually are not going to like literally follow this code lab and take you through everything. So you are supposed to do it on your own, and we are just here to guide you, and we are just here to explain the concepts here. So this yeah, so if you, yeah, it is, I'll prefer that if you start the course before sessions.
Got it.
Yeah, one more thing, this side, Android, this platform actually, uh, it has some issues. So whenever you what I say, whenever you would be coming to develop the, like complete the course, so just check that you have signed in over here. If you haven't signed in, then your progress won't be counted. So whenever you would be like coming on this side to complete the course, just check that you have signed in, like, yeah, because the whenever you take the quiz or everything, it won't block you saying that you haven't signed in. You can again attempt your quiz, and you will find out that your progress was not even tracked here. So just remember and check that you have signed in on the site. Then only your progress will be tracked. Yeah. Anything else? I'll also show my profile actually. Okay. So this is how your profile might look after completing few of the batches. So yeah, these are the kind of batches they will be getting. And actually never actually don't look like, if you would say that here six batches are more than 16, then don't look at this count, because the badges here as also counted. Like if you have like if you created developer profile, you joined the Android study jams, then also you get badges. So we are only going to count the badges that are respective to, that are like contained in the course. So only those particular 16 badges would be counted towards for your progress. So don't check this count. That is what I'm saying. And yeah, you could always share them on uh, GitHub and means LinkedIn and your social platforms. And this will be the verification link for it. Your profile will be the verification link for all batches. Anything else? You would, as I said, we would be giving more information. If even if you didn't understand anything, we would be giving more information in each session that we are going to conduct. And yeah, each session, like we are in collaboration with other colleges, so sessions would be conducted by all four facilitators. So yeah, you would be seeing more speakers as well. And we were also trying to get a speaker, like after completing all sessions, all unit sessions, we would be also trying to get some speaker who is like an expert on Android, to get a session from them also. Anything else? uh, if you want, I'll show you about this certification. So this is the this is the certificate on which you would be getting 80% reimbursement. So yeah, this is provided by Google itself, and this is pretty well known in the industry. Okay. If there are no questions, then I guess this is the end of session, and I thank you for attending it, and I hope to see you as Android developers at the end of Android Studio Games. If you have no doubts, then hello.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. That's it for today's session. You can start completing those units, and next session would be on 11th.